I want to make a quick video for you guys. I haven't made a video in a while. I'm just so sick of people just trivializing the work of intactivists and the most important work that we do. The damage that this causes is far beyond what the average person is willing to accept, especially in America with the level of brainwashing and indoctrination that we are given by our culture. So I'm going to bring this story. This is from the Unspeakable Mutilations book, Circumcised Men Speak Out by Lindsay R. Watson. It's a fantastic book. If you haven't read it, I recommend it. If you're an intactivist, this is kind of, this will motivate you, because the damage that this causes our society is not trivial. It's not insignificant. It is a big deal. It's extremely significant. And this is every victim, not just the ones that are botched like this one. But I'm going to read you from a story from a guy who had a botched circumcision, and the level of suffering that this man is going through, that this has caused in his life is absolutely outrageous. And I would say that all of us have a certain amount of this detriment. It's a siphoning of our life force energy. It's a reduction of who we are as human beings. And this story just kind of really highlights it. Okay, it's called Disconnected. On the outside looking in, my life seems pretty good, damn good. I'm good looking, successful in my career, and live in one of the best suburbs of Melbourne. I have plenty of friends and enjoy an active social life. But once you scratch beneath the surface, you will find a man who's been tormented his whole life by a botched circumcision. The psychological trauma I have suffered and continue to suffer is something I would wish on no other human being. Every single day of my life is consumed with ongoing effects of what was done to me as an infant. It has shaped my experience of life and left me a shattered man fighting suicidal thoughts. I have just endured the breakup of a relationship with a woman I was falling deeply in love with. This is the woman I want to marry. She is a beautiful blonde, blue-eyed, 34-year-old air hostess, and she had said on numerous occasions that I was going to be the father of her children. She left me after 5 months. We all know why she left. I am now at the point sexually where I barely feel a thing during intercourse. I am on Viagra because I find it nearly impossible to keep an erection during sex. But having an erection really isn't that great when you still can't feel anything. You're basically just going through the motions. You remain firmly in your head, not in your body. I am disconnected from myself during sex, but then you can be sure that I'm disconnected from my partner. My ability to pleasure her becomes incredibly difficult when I'm feeling very little pleasure myself. My ability to ejaculate has been severely compromised. It was only on 3 occasions during our whole relationships that I managed to come. So I can add this relationship to the incredibly long list of what my circumcision has cost me. Another chance at building a family and living a life with the woman I love has slipped through my fingers once again. The despair that has consumed me since she left has brought to the surface 30 years of pain, which began when I stared down at my penis as a teenager and wondered why it was covered in hair. There was no internet to do any research. I didn't know anything about circumcision. All I knew was that something was wrong. My circumcision is so tight that I have what is known as prescrotal rebbing. My scrotum is drawn up into my shaft, and I have hair that goes all the way up to the circumcision scar because of the skin of my penis. All the skin of my penis was cut off. My youth was consumed with shame at how unattractive my penis was. I would shave if I ever thought there was a chance of any intimacy, but if I was unshaven, there was no way that I could let a girl see it. I was always petrified that she would feel the hair or the stubble of the hair once it started to regrow. Hands up, how many girls would like to date a guy with a hairy penis? Not many. I have memories that carry immense regret. Picture yourself with a beautiful girl on a desert beach as the sun comes up on a new year. You've been kissing for hours and just gone for a skinny dip. You sit long on a log as she comes up to the water and lays herself across you. Your mind is racing because you know that your penis is not prepared, and you are in the middle of nowhere. There's no rushing to go to the bathroom to fix yourself up. You make some sort of lame excuse about getting back to the campsite. A moment that could have been etched in your brain as one of the most joyful has been converted into its opposite. Of course, you never hear from the girl again. A party is getting out of control. Two girls grab you by the hand if they have just been kissing each other in front of you. They start to lead you toward a bathroom and your head starts pounding because your penis is covered in hair and you can't let them see it in this state. This would be far too embarrassing. Again, you offer some lame excuse and you are left to live up the rest of your life wondering what would have happened in that bathroom. Beautiful experiences of life are turned on their head and left as eternal regrets because a person I've never met butchered my penis the day after I was born. I've always struggled sexually during my relationships and never knew why. I thought that the hair was an issue, but never once it was dealt with. Once it was dealt with, I was basically normal. But in fact, my sensitivity has always been an issue. And now that I've hit 40, it has become a major issue related to my botched circumcision. I have just endured a year of getting laser hair removal on my penis. Ouch. And I'm happy with the results, although there are still some hairs growing there. But my level of sensitivity is now so low, I feel too bad to inflict myself on another partner. Why on earth would she stick around if we can't have good sex? I'm even nearing the point of giving up completely because I had just had an immensely beautiful woman in my bed, and I really didn't enjoy the experience that much. I was so stressed by the fact that I couldn't pleasure her or myself that there were fleeting moments where I really let myself go. The despair I feel now is overwhelming that I would wonder if it was worth it all. That's why I've spent so many years of my life avoiding relationships. I would be single for years at a time, while my friends would all be out scratching their heads wondering why I was not getting out there. The stress involved in me being intimate was often so great that I chose to remain celibate. My most recent relationship has probably confirmed that I will go back to being single again. When I'm single, I don't need to confront the fact that I'm a failure as a man. No, you're a freaking hero, bro. There's nothing more mysterious or beautiful than that connection between a man and a woman. And that is where circumcision hits hardest, stripping a man of his essence. Perhaps I am one of the most extreme cases, but every single man who has his penis cut has part of his essence stolen from him, whether he realizes it or not. For society, religion, my parents, and anyone else to tell me that they have the right to hold me down when I was born and strip me of my masculinity, to strip me of my chance at joy, and then collectively shrug their shoulders when it all goes wrong and left me at the edge of my sanity. Every single moment is tainted by what happened to me, past regrets, unfulfilled desires, tattered self-confidence, despair of the future. The level of hopelessness I feel now is complete. My only thought is that I must do it all I can ensure. My only thought is that I must do all I can to ensure that I can save as many men from my fate as possible. If I can do that, then my life may very well have been worth it. It's not a trivial, insignificant thing. This damages men. It damages our society. This damages the brain development of children. This leaves us sexually crippled for life, no matter if you had a botched circumcision or not. And the biggest coward on the face of the planet is a man who can't come to terms with his own reality and hurts children to hide his own insecurities, to cover up his ego. That is a coward. These are men. And we will fight back. And we will end this brutal, disgusting mutilation of our bodies. And anyone who comes at an activist incorrectly, you are wrong. And history will prove you wrong. The future will be disgusted that you ever existed. People will be shocked that anyone ever had a thought comparable to what you have in your head. How dare you mutilate our bodies? How dare you hurt us as babies when we can't even fight back? We will end this horrible, brutal assault of our bodies. And I will die knowing that I helped end it.